Court is going to hear a new religious rights case over whether a Catholic charitable organization has to pay Wisconsin's employment tax. The justices will review a state Supreme Court ruling that refused an exception to the Catholic Charities Bureau that is based in Superior. The state Supreme Court ruled the group is not primarily religious. The case will likely be argued in the spring.